also talk about, this is a program of We Care Baltimore. We Care Baltimore is a nonprofit resource and training center spearheaded by my business partner, my sister, Stephanie Poplar, who should be here in a few. She's on her way. And follow us on all social media platforms at We Care Baltimore on Facebook, Crunch Time Podcast on Facebook, and also YouTube, and then also Crunch Time Podcast _radio1 on Instagram. So be connected to us, get connected to us on all social media platforms. Let's talk about you for a second. We always got to get us out the way. We talk about being Black business owners because that's important to us. That's one of our passions to talk about and support each other. So me and Weezy always support each other. Weezy got something going on. What you got going on, Weezy?
I applaud you for that reason. Oh man, make a tear come to my eye. Tally Biscuits in the house. I am the CEO of Tally Biscuits LLC. Herbal tea to get you right. Build your body, build your immune system. Anybody interested in a herbal tea, all natural? We can stay away from sugar. Sugar's a drug, and they camouflage the sugars in everything except for Tally Biscuits tea, which is an all natural herbal tea made with hibiscus flowers. So if you're interested in any information on that, you can check me out at tallybiscuits.com. That's TALLYBISCUS. TALLYBISCUS.com.
Yes.
For more information.
Yes. And get your pens and paper ready, guys. If y'all want to take down information, we're going to make sure that y'all don't miss out on anything that we provide today. We got resources for you today as well. So again, say that again slowly for me, Weezy.
That's TALLY.
Stop it.
BISCUS.com. Or you can hit me on the Gmail, tallybiscuits@gmail.com, or hit me up at 443-250-1330. And if I don't get back to you right away, like my brother is in the mix and I'm out here grinding, but I'm gonna get back to you. So
that's right. We always get back to our listeners. We definitely thank you guys for listening all the time. So don't get discouraged. We definitely will get back to you. So give us a second, And also I'm a business owner as well. My business is called BM Human and Financial Services. You guys know that I am your financial guru. I do tax preparation, business and personal. I do accounting, bookkeeping. I do credit restoration. I do financial counseling, business counseling, and consulting. And also, I am a PRP counselor. That's where the dot comes in at. I do counsel. So if you need any of those resources, to hit me up at 443-281-3839. Again, that's 443-281-3839. So, let's get into it.
I like getting into
it. Yeah, because we got a good show for y'all today. We got an exciting show. We got a special guest. He's a very, very prominent philanthropist in our community. He's from Baltimore. Baltimore's own, doing big things. And that's what I like to see. Baltimore's own. Let's give him a clap. As I introduce Dr. Tahid Burke coming to the building. Yes, Community Conversations partnership with Crunch Time Radio /podcast. He is here. Welcome, sir. Welcome.
Thank you so much. Thank you guys for inviting me. Yeah, it's a pleasure to be here.
Absolutely. So I can't read that. So Dr. Tahid, so as being a Baltimore native, I see that you have an extensive career past in the military. You've done a lot of philanthropy work. You've gotten a lot of awards and accolades for doing different things. So we want to talk about who you are and your journey and how you got to where you are. Like, let's talk about it. What's going on?
Well, first of all, again, I'm from Baltimore. I grew up in Cherry Hill. When I got started, being in Cherry Hill was very challenging. Not having an expectation of doing something special with your life. So it was very challenging for me to have a vision. But one thing about growing up in the inner city of Baltimore, I played sports. So sports helped me have a different perspective on life. Sports helped me develop the discipline a little bit, if you will, the competitiveness a little bit to take myself to another phase of my life instead of being hanging in the streets.
Okay.
But it was difficult because around 30 of my friends, we used to hang together. And a changing point in my life when I was about 15, a group of my friends wanted to, use drugs, shoot heroin, to be exact. And I decided not to do that. And that decision, by me not doing that, it changed my life forever. And it changed a lot of the direction of a lot of my friends' lives as well.
Oh, wow.
I'm just on a comparison as a man to man. I'm just curious, how old are you?
I'm 62.
All right, okay. Man, black don't crack.
You ain't supposed to ask nobody how old
exactly.
They are, man.
That's a female question. Men, we don't care about that. That's a female question.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. I usually don't tell people my age, but when they ask me directly, I tell them.
No, you actually look amazing. No,
Thank you.
Definitely look great for your age.
I appreciate that.
I'm telling you, you came here sharp. I mean, you was looking sharp when I saw you last time, but yeah, he actually looks wonderful for his age. So I applaud that. So what's your regimen? What you doing?
Hey man, I just wine and water. And I don't eat meat. I work out. I try to take care of myself. I stay in the right state of mind. I think working on your mind every day is a vital part of success. And that's another thing I did when I was a kid. Although, I didn't have a vision of expectation, I worked on my mind. I worked on developing myself. I started studying and stuff. I looked at, there was a show that came on called A Lifestyle and Rich and Famous by Robin Leach. I don't know if you guys ever heard of that.
I do, yes.
So they used to talk about caviar, used to talk about hotels, Rolls Royces and great food and all that. And I felt that I got engaged in that. And I knew that one day I was going to get there.
I know that's right. You got to speak it and believe it, and it actually manifests. So that's wonderful. So what are you doing now? Like, what's your business? You're an entrepreneur. So let's talk about that.
Yeah, I mean, I've run several businesses, and I always tell people, when I talk to them about my businesses and what I do, they say, well, I want to do all this too. I want to start all these businesses at the same time. And I always tell people it's very challenging to build more than one business at the same time. But you can run several businesses. You can oversee and run several businesses. So I started when I was in the Navy. I started my financial service business. I'm a licensed financial planner. I'm a Series 6, 63, and 26, and I oversee my financial service business. I don't run it on a daily basis. I have my brand, which came from my book called Succeed Anyway. So I wrote a book in 2019. I started a clothing brand from that book. I own real estate in the Baltimore city area. And I create opportunities to empower and impact the community through recognizing individuals that grew up in the inner city and use their success to empower and impact people in the Baltimore area as well as in the DC metropolitan area. And we created a Hall of Fame in Cherry Hill, which is the only Hall of Fame ever created in any community in America.
Wow.
So let me ask you a question, and this is like for a male point of view, like people that might be looking up to you.
Mm-hmm.
Clicked in you or what age or what I know you say you was in the military.
Mm-hmm.
What kind of like clicked in you say, look, I want to do this?
Well, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No. I feel like this is my passion, or God, or something that's telling me to do this.
Sometimes you gotta, God has a path for you that you don't know about yourself, right? Mm-hmm. So when I was getting in trouble as a kid and playing basketball and all that, it's just something just kept coming over me that had to be something different in life, there just had to be something different. Mm-hmm. Once I got my break, which was the military. Once I got my break in the military, it changed my life. Now, I got in trouble my first year in the military, and they was going to kick me out. Mm-hmm. And they told me, if you get in trouble again, you're going back to Baltimore.
How long were you enlisted in the military?
7 years. Okay. I did 7 years.
Okay.
I was an E6. I was an E6, and I did 7 years. But playing sports, and I want to get back because there was a changing point in my life, and that was when, when I decided not to use drugs, my friends started to use drugs. I was getting in trouble, but I didn't use drugs, and I was playing basketball. I saw some things happen to my friends that I didn't want to happen to me.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Things, it's just people start dropping like flies.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, man, this is a whole transformation. This thing, if I don't change my life, I'm gonna wind up just like this.
Right.
It's just crazy what's happening. I just said, man, I gotta change what I'm doing. My son was born when I was 15 years old, so that changed my mindset.
Oh, wow.
So I had to wake up. I didn't know how, but I found a way to wake up. And once I woke up, I just stayed awake.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't back down for what I wanted to accomplish for my family.
That's what's up, man.
So that's what your motivation was, you being a young dad? Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I had to be responsible.
Right.
You know, I had a child. I didn't know how to be responsible, but I knew I needed to be responsible. So I did whatever I had to do to make sure that I was an example for my son at that particular time.
Oh, okay. That's what's up. That's what's up.
Thank you.
So, yeah. So I know you got some things going on with Street Corner, and this is how we met through Najee from Street Corner Fashions.
Right.
Yeah. So
how did you meet Street Corner?
So this is it was interesting, right? So one of my friends, we went to the Met Gala here in Baltimore, which is ran by my friend LaRon Finney. So after the Met Gala, one of my friends said, "Look, Street Corner is doing, you know, a fashion show down on 8th Street in DC. I want you to come down here, you know." So I went to watch their fashion show, and I liked his designs, and I liked the quality of his designs.
yeah.
So I went up to him or one of his business partners. I said, who's making your stuff? You know, I like the quality of it. So then we start connecting. He referred me to the guy in Pakistan that was making his designs. Mm-hmm. So I started doing business with that guy. So that's how we met. We just stayed connected since then.
That's what's up. That's what's up.
So people that usually don't put the person on to the connect. He put you on to the connect. That's love.
Absolutely. But here's the thing: we have different brands, right? So and that's the thing. What we do is most people, in our community, we try to hold on to everything, right? Yes. So when you try to hold on to everything, you're not going to grow. It's impossible for you to grow. Yes. So the more you open your wings, the more you help other people, the more you're going to grow, the more money you're going to make, the more financial freedom you're going to have. Yes. So I don't have a problem in, sharing the knowledge, sharing the wealth with people, because we in different, he's there, I'm here.
Right.
We're not competing.
And there's enough for everybody.
Absolutely.
Yeah, Najee, speaking of Najee, look, the phone lines are down, guys, in the whole station. So we got to be a little creative. So I got Najee wanted to drop by and speak to Dr. Tahir and also talk about Street Corner. Najee, what's going on?
Hey, what's going on, doctor? All doctors.
Yes.
Hey there.
Good. Everything's good. So what's happening with you in Street Corner Fashions?
Oh, well, you know, we kind of trudging along. You know, me and baby sister got a lot of stuff on our plate. We got that coming up with Dr. Tahir. We also got a spades table. Actually, we got something with you, Radio 1 and Travis Winky. So I got to put that out there first. On the 18th, we're doing that in the daytime. And then Jamie's leaving straight from you, coming to DC. And we got the spades table, and Paul, he's like our #1 brand ambassador. So a lot of his episodes and his show's pretty popular. A lot of his episodes, he looks so good in our fashion that, we're honored to be on his show. And then the next day we be seeing Dr. Tahir at his show, and we got a couple of little tidbits of interviews and stuff like that set up for us. So I'm honored to do that. And then we get a little break, and then New York Fashion Week,
That's what's up. That's what's up. So how can how can people look at what you got going on as far as Street Corner Fashions, and how they can get in contact with y'all?
Well, we have we're pretty big on IG. We have a Street Corner page on IG, but most of the things where you get like really in depth is really on my page and Jamie's page, because what we just try to do is we let people know that the fashion and the optics of it is fine. That's beautiful. But everybody's hustling that. So try to take them through everything when the stuff is on the machines, when it's cut, and I try to, music is my first love. So I try to put a beat to what, people are seeing. So you know, we just try to catch people where they are. It might be with the music, it might be with the fashion, it might be with the optics of it all, it might be with a beautiful model. It just depends, you know?
Absolutely. Absolutely. So Street Corner Fashions will be in the building. We get ready to segue into that event that you just talked about with Dr. Tahi. So that was a good segue. Is there anything else you want the people to know about Street Corner?
Is that we working hard, and I have to say this while you have the doctor there. You know, the show that he came to was really my first show in DC, and it didn't work out like I really wanted it to. And at the end of the show, I do remember him coming to me and telling me to keep going and, you know, to hold my head up. So, you know, I appreciate him for that.
No, he can hear you. He can hear you.
Absolutely, man.
Empower. I like
Absolutely.
that.
That's what it's about.
Yes, yes. So thank you for calling Najee, Street Corner Fashions, Jamie the Fox, Ron G Productions, Crunch Time. We are family. So
Najee, I will see you, boy. We coming to hang out. We talked about that.
Yeah, Doc. I'm gonna see you on the 19th, Doc.
Yep.
Yes, sir.
You. Yes, sir. So have a good one. Thank you for calling.
Y'all be good.
All right.
Yes,
You
sir.
too. So he talked about an event in DC. Let's talk about that event, Doc. What's
Yes,
going
ma'am.
on in DC on the 19th?
Well, we bringing the Met Gala and the Grammys to DC combination. We having a VIP red carpet. We have 5 backdrops. We will have a black carpet right when you come to the event on a curb, right before you enter the Martin Luther King Memorial Library. Then in the VIP, we have a red carpet. Then backstage, when the models ready to go on the runway and when the people get their awards, they're going to take them backstage and do an interview on the red carpet backstage. We have like 7 tasting stations. We got 60 models. We got an 85-foot runway. It's going to be absolutely insane. We got 50 media and magazines that's going to be covering the event. It's going to be something that DC and Baltimore haven't seen in a long time.
That's right. That's right. Crunch Time will be in the building covering the event. Crunch Time will be there. We're going to be there, Weezy.
Absolutely.
We Care Baltimore, Stephanie Poplar, Business Solutions will be there. So we definitely going to be there. And I'm taking a lot of photos. You look, I need you on that camera, man. Taking photos.
Absolutely. Y'all got to get some of them interviews, man.
Absolutely.
For
We
sure.
definitely want to get some interviews. And yeah, we want to cover it because this is going to be, I know it's going to be lit.
It's going to be sick.
It's going to be, because this is the second one, right?
The second one, we had like 400 people last year. The location we did it at last year can't accommodate what we're doing this year. So we're moving it down to the Martin Luther King Memorial Library.
Right.
So it's going to be something that people throughout the country are going to be like, wow, this is serious.
Oh yeah. So how many fashion designers are going to be there?
We have 12 designers, including myself. Succeed Anyway going to be on the runway. We got some new stuff coming out that's going to electrify the runway on July 19th for sure.
Okay.
No question about it.
So you said you have your own. Yeah, you got your own brand, right?
Yes, right.
So let's talk about your brand. What's your brand? What is your brand about?
We started, well, the book Succeed Anyway talks about how a person can start a business from nothing, part-time, learn about business, create capital, understand marketing, coming through adversities of the building of the business, right? And then transitioning from part-time to full-time. See, I don't believe, this is my personal opinion, that a person should start a business full-time right away. I think they should start it part-time and build their capital, build their inventory, not their inventory, build their credibility, build their clientele.
Absolutely.
So Succeed Anyway is like succeed anyway, despite any adversities, despite anything you go through, right?
Right.
So the brand, I felt we can have a brand. So we had t-shirts at first, right? Had Succeed Anyway. Then we moved from t-shirts to hoodies, from hoodies to sweatsuits, from women two-piece to women workout attire, to women upscale sweatsuits, right? And then we turned out with a billionaire in the making, billionaire mindset, millionaire mindset, millionaire behavior. So we just taken a whole mindset shift. So when a person wear our brand and they look in the mirror, they can check. I had people call me and say, you know what, man? I was going through some adversity. I had my t-shirt on and I yelled in the mirror, succeed anyway. And now we coming out at the gala, we're coming out with some suits. It's gonna revolutionize. and we got some bags, some suits. It's gonna tear the runway up.
Okay, so it's basically for men.
Yeah, men and women.
Men and women.
Yes,
Okay.
yes. And we got the women's. We got a suit jacket with women for women with leggings with it, right? So the suit is a jacket, and then the leggings that go with the jacket instead of like a regular pair of pants or a skirt or whatever. So it's gonna be smooth.
The scene is wide open for a lot of stuff, and I'm surprised nobody has grasped the scene because there's so many doors open that people are not recognizing. Like people don't dress anymore.
Mm-hmm. That's exactly correct.
You know, and since I've been small, my mother always dressed me, and as I got older, I've been a dresser.
Mm-hmm.
And people are just so comfortable.
See,
and now somebody is finally kicking the door open and saying, "Hey, it's a stage that's going to happen." And we're going to show you how it's supposed to be done.
You brought up something really powerful, what you just said, and it can expand. So people don't dress anymore. Why? People became lazy, not only in their dress, in their appearance, and how they take care of themselves, and how they eat, what they drink. So all that stuff has an impact on our quality of life, right? So when we talk about fashion, when we create galas, when we create awards and fashions, what that is that's making a statement, that's bringing that person, we got to uplift each other from a mental standpoint, how we carry ourselves, how we dress, how we look, how we interact with each other, what type of functions we participate in, right? Because all that can empower and impact our community or diminish our community. Like the music, I hate to get in this direction, but the music is manipulating the mindset of our communities.
Music died.
Right? So we have to change and manipulate the mindset of our communities in a positive way. Succeed anyway.
That's right.
Right? Overcoming adversity. So what, you came from a bad neighborhood. So what, I grew up in Cherry Hill. So what, I went to high school in West Baltimore. Right? So what, I used to get in trouble as a kid.
Right.
None of that stuff don't matter. None of that stuff have nothing to do.
It doesn't define you.
Yeah. Because you don't have to come from somewhere special to do something special.
That's right.
And that's what happens with people. They think because they came from a bad place that they're trapped in that place. No, the only trapping you have is the way you think, is in your mindset. This is where you're trapped.
We're in prison in our mind.
Exactly.
Exactly. So before we finish this conversation, I want to bring a young lady into this conversation who is a business mogul who is doing big things, and she's in Philly, and she comes to Baltimore, she supports, and she's her own business. Fox Media. She's also COO of Street Corner Fashion. So I want to introduce my sis, Jamie the Fox, to the show. Jamie the Fox, what's going on, baby?
What's up, girl?
Hello, KB. Dr. KB, I see y'all. Dr. Tahi.
Hey, Jamie.
Tally Biscuits, I see y'all. I'm enjoying the show. I just wanted to call in and show my support, okay? We're going to see everyone at the gala, but I just really wanted to just call in, show my support, let y'all know I'm listening in. And, I'm excited about everything. We also going to have wonderful Travis Winky coming up there. July the 18th?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Absolutely.
Yes.
So, I didn't want to keep y'all too long. Just wanted to give my love and blessings to y'all. And, I will see y'all at the gala.
Absolutely.
All right, Jamie.
We also want to say thank you to you and all the things that you do, and also give you your flowers, too, as well, because you definitely out here moving and shaking, and we appreciate that.
I was hoping I could see you tomorrow at the cookout. What's up, man? You ain't hit me back. I know you're busy, body.
I actually inboxed you when you can check your inbox, because I definitely, I don't leave my friends on red.
That's right.
But listen, I definitely hit you up and we'll talk about it. Y'all got my numbers. Reach out anytime and keep up the great work. I'm enjoying the show.
Yes, and if somebody wants to contact you, Jamie, how do they contact you for more information about what you do?
You can Instagram me, right, at DAFOXX and the number 2. Y'all can follow me on everything. Y'all just look up Jamie the Fox. I'm Googleable. You can find me on Twitter, LinkedIn, everywhere under the Fox with 2 X's.
That's right. Jamie the Fox in the building. Thank you, sis, for calling in. We appreciate you.
See y'all.
All right.
Bye.
See
All
you
right,
soon.
Jamie.
All right.
Also, really quick, Travis Winky is getting recognized this year as a
Yes.
Fashion Icon Award winner
Okay.
at the gala.
Okay.
And LaRon Finney got recognized last year as a Community Leadership Visionary Award at the gala.
Oh, awesome. That's what's up. That's what's up. So get back into the, what we was talking about with the mindset. You was talking about your book. Let's talk more about your book. Where can we find your book? Where is it at? What is this talking about? What is the point? Let's go.
So first of all, you can find it at succeedanyway.net. That's our website. Our book is there, and also our merchandise is there.
Okay.
You can go to Succeed Anyway EDM at Gmail. I mean, Succeed Anyway EDM, which is on Instagram, and also we're on Facebook as well. So the book, Succeed Anyway, is a chapter in there about mindset development, budgeting, adversity.
My favorite, budgeting.
5 keys to building financial independence, goal setting. So it's a lot of things in there that can empower and impact people, and it's straight to the point. It's only like 80 pages.
Absolutely.
So it's not like it's long, drawn out, hurry up and get to where you need me to go. I mean, it's straight to the point about what it takes for a person to build financial independence.
And it looks like an easy read too, as well.
It is.
Yeah.
What made you want to write a book?
I always said I was going to write a book. And one thing about it, when you impregnate your subconscious mind on something that you want to do, God will reveal when it's time for it to happen. So I will never forget, I was in San Diego. And I woke up, I was sitting in the bed, just chilling, and it's like, it's time. And then once God said, it's time for you to make that move, I wrote down the chapters I wanted to talk about, just the topics. I did like 8 topics. And once I had my topics, then I started focusing on each topic at a time. So I felt that somebody need to hear about this, because everybody said, well, you got to start a business, you need all this capital, you got to get an office, you got to get all this stuff, you got to get all this inventory. You don't need all of that stuff to start a business. You can start a business. I mean, you can sell toothpicks. I mean, you think about it, like you can make millions of dollars selling toothpicks. You can make millions of dollars with something really simple. Right? But what we do is we make this so complicated. And if it's complicated, most people are not going to do it. If you simplify something, then people can do something that they feel is simple.
Right.
So I wanted people to understand that you can build a business, you can create wealth, you can become financially independent, and you don't have to be like me. I don't even if I say a word, it's probably not over 8 letters. I'm not really technical and all that stuff. Right. Yeah, I don't get into all that.
Right.
But what I do get into is my money.
I know that's right.
I'm getting into my money.
To the bag.
If that makes sense.
Yes. So we want to welcome SP Stephanie Poplar into the building, y'all.
Hello.
Yes.
Welcome.
Stephanie from We Care
What's up,
Baltimore.
Steph?
Yes.
Stephanie Poplar Business Solutions. She went to university. She has this is an entrepreneur that's on the move as well.
Yes.
Has a lot of businesses. So Dr. Tahi, this is Stephanie, Dr. Tahi.
Nice to meet you.
Yes.
Well, one of the things I want to say, this broadcast was birthed as a result of adversity, right? In 2005, March 2005, KB, along with 3 other women, we launched a broadcast. At that time, in March 2005, I was working at, I would say, what's it called? One of the housing programs. There's so many housing programs I worked for. Chrysalis House. A list goes on, because the expertise I have is workforce development, business development, so forth. But I was helping several of the women to not only get connected to employment, but I was helping them with credit restoration. I was helping them with business development. But one lady stuck up that she had her taxes were taken, was intercepted. And she didn't know how she was going to go about. And after she talked to me, I found out that there was a strategy and a solution that we could help her get her money back, $7,000 plus clearing the credit.
Wow.
As a result of that, Marion House, that's the program, Marion House on Gorsuch, said, we asked you to come in here to help people get employment, help them become self-sufficient, but we didn't tell you to get her free money and to leave our program.
Wow.
So as a result, they said you need to do a broadcast or some type of program. Everybody needs to know all these resources that you have in your head or you're connected to. So little did I know, Dr. K, not only Dr. K, but two other business women, we came together, did the broadcast under the We Care Baltimore, which again, We Care Baltimore was birthed because of loss. So I wanted to say that when you're talking about that purpose, we can't afford to not live in our purpose. We can't, we can't go to the grave not fulfilling what God has called for us to do. So I just wanted to say that this program is amazing. Today I said I had to press my way, because if I could share this, and I will put it back in the hands of Dr. KD. One of the things that God has done, he said, your gifts that I've given you and talents, I'm going to allow you to bless others. And sometimes people don't understand the calling or the gifting that I have, but they don't understand until they found out that I almost died at the age of 28 giving birth. Wow. And yes, September the 23rd, 2001, and God put it in my spirit that I will let you live, but you are to help people to birth their purpose, their books, their nonprofits. And now what God is doing now is helping us to give those who have nonprofits or for-profit or have a story, give them the tools of getting their honorary doctorate, the radio program. So I just wanted to say that iron sharpens iron, and it's a blessing that we are here. So I'm already thinking of strategies of who I know who can help you, because that's what it's about. We are helpers to one another. So I'll stop right there, and I'll share later on some announcements. Okay. But I just want to say thank you.
I appreciate it so much.
Absolutely. And then also, let me get that.
So what you got going on after the event? Anything upcoming? You got for future plans?
Yeah. So what I started doing in October, and we're going to do that again this year, is having like a fashion industry networking mixer. And what we're going to do is have a reception for everybody that sponsored our event. And I don't know if anybody ever done that. So we're going to have a sponsorship reception. So Total Wine is going to be sponsoring the event that I'm gonna put together for all the sponsors and the models. Yeah. So y'all welcome to come. And we're gonna have a brief fashion. Yeah, it's gonna be pretty fly. We're gonna have it on the rooftop, just to show appreciation for everybody that supported the mission this year with us.
That's good. That's good.
Invite for that.
Yes, sir. We got y'all for sure.
You know what? When you said the word mission, again, iron sharpens iron. And so it's amazing that we're able to come together and share, information, inspiration. We get insight. You said key, the mission. In this economy, what we're dealing with, and in this political climate, we better have a mission for our lives.
Absolutely.
And what you're saying is so significant. So we want to encourage our listeners. We want to encourage the entrepreneurs. We want to encourage those who just say, I don't know what my purpose is. You need to find a way to get connected, because that's what it is. We get connected. We make the network, and iron sharpens iron. But what you said, mission, we better be on a mission. Do we know what our purpose is? You know your purpose. You know your purpose. You know your purpose. Then if you know your purpose, as you operate in your purpose, God will start sending the divine connections so that now all parties can operate to support one another.
Absolutely.
And so that I know, as you were talking, there's some individuals that I know now I need to call them and say, you need to be there.
Absolutely.
You got to show up when opportunities present itself.
So when purpose is not known, misuse is inevitable. So you have to figure out, before you even to figure out what you want to do in life, you have to know, what is your burning desire? What's your purpose? And then after you find your purpose and your burning desire, you have to come up with a plan. Right. And speaking of, you have to be there. We had a guy last year, Martish Moosh magazine. He just started his magazine. I didn't even know he just started a magazine. John Blassingame, who was like a father figure to me. He's like my mentor, my coach. He's been in the fashion industry for over 40 years. He said, you need to have this guy cover your event. And I'm like, all right, because you said it, I'll have him cover it. So I had the guy come up, again, I didn't know how long he started his magazine. So he got connected while he was there with the right people. His magazine is exploding right now. He just had his anniversary. He had it at a big time facility up in Bethesda, Maryland. And it was sponsored by an individual that's connected throughout the city. So now his magazine is now exploding all over the country, going to newsstands and everything, just by his connections that he gathered when he came to the event last year. So it's going to be some people there that if you can collaborate with and get a chance to meet, can empower and impact. We can impact communities if you get the right people together. And it's the right people going to be together there. DC, Baltimore, Virginia, Maryland, they're going to be in a house. They will be represented. Philly, that's right. Philly's going to be there. New York's going to be there. LA going to be there. My friends from LA that's in the industry coming down there. It's going to be unbelievable.
I'm excited. I'm truly excited. And
for sure.
And what we doing here is we got to celebrate us, because this is Black excellence, y'all. This is Black excellence at its best, and it's not about it's not about money. It's about what you feel is success to you. You know what I'm saying? It's about helping the community. It's about giving back. It's about not gatekeeping, because some of us have that mindset, like you said, Tahi. It's about the mindset where you think, if I tell this person something, or they're gonna get more than me, or they're gonna take what I learned, take what I gave them, and make and prosper better. But what's for you is for you. Let me tell you that. Whatever is for you is for you. No one can take what's for you. It's for you. So don't be afraid to share. Don't be afraid to give. Don't be afraid to let people in and connect with people of different networks, different businesses, because the net does work. Like Stephanie said, the net was something that she came up with a long time ago. The net does work, because it absolutely works. And networking is major when you're trying to build a business. It's all about who you know. They know. Sometimes it's what you know. It's mostly who you know that gets you through that door.
Absolutely. And one thing about having success is sometimes people believe when they have success that they have to disconnect themselves from the communities that they were raised in. And I think that's the biggest mistake we can ever make. I can go back to Cherry Hill right now, walk through Cherry. I can park my car in the middle of the shopping center in Cherry Hill, walk out, and everybody be good with me. You know why? Because they know that I've not abandoned our people, that I'm willing to be there for our people. Whenever they call me and they're doing something and they need my support, I'm right there. We have to stop thinking that we're bigger than the communities that we were raised in, because if we don't go back, people can't look at us and say, you know what, I can be like that guy. I can be like him. I remember people told me stories about him, but now look at him right now. And that's what we have to do. We have to make sure that as a result of our success, that we're empowering and impacting our communities.
Yes.
That is a key element right there.
Wow, you're from Cherry Hill.
Yes.
I tell everyone, don't sleep on Cherry Hill. On last year, I had the opportunity to work with a young man named Mr. Mark. This man saved for 20 years money that he said could have been allocated to purchase a vehicle. He said, no, but I'm going to use it to purchase his home. I'm just going to say, Black man, he was able to come up with $200,000. I say all that to say that he let people know, I'm from Cherry Hill. And what I found was, as I started going into Cherry Hill, that there were other prominent individuals who were from Cherry Hill. And I was like, oh my gosh, all in a nutshell, that Cherry Hill is powerful. Those who have been and have lived and resided, they not only have testimonies, but also I have found they have been very successful.
Absolutely.
And I just was blown away when I had to take him to the bank. I was his realtor. And to know that this is what he had for cash. I said, dude, we need to write a book. He said, 20 years I made a sacrifice. And so he started educating me. He's maybe I'll talk to him, see if he want to come, but he just started telling me the history of Cherry Hill and information. He's in his late 50s, close to 60s, but he had a whole network, a whole community. And he shared with me, he said, I had some adversity, but he said, the blessing is I had the community, and we were a community pulled me up.
So we have a Hall of Fame in our community. It's never been done. People can walk in that facilities and like, whoa, look at these pictures. Look at these people. They came from where I came from.
Wow.
So we have examples in Cherry Hill, and that's why some of these people are thriving, because we have examples like myself, just LaRon Finney and myself.
Yes.
When people look at, okay, they from Cherry Hill. Well, I just went to the event that LaRon had at the Hobson Plaza. It was like 5,000 people there last night.
He's amazing with his marketing.
Absolutely. So when you talk about impacting communities, and he's a guy that gives back to the community as well.
Right.
So that's why communities flourish, because of the leaders.
Yes.
The leaders are leading the community.
Yes.
But when a community is not growing, it's because the leaders have abandoned the community.
So yes, we talk about holistic in the community, providing them a better way, mentally, physically, emotionally, financially. And that's important because, like you said, a lot of people, they come up and then they like, well, I came up, you got to get yours on your own. And we got to change that, guys. We got to really think about, how to come up with strategic plans to go back into your communities where you live and grew up, and, provide resources to those people there, because those people, everybody, they need it. They need the resources. The community is suffering. You can see what's going on in the news. You can see how the kids are reacting to not having the leadership and the guidance that they're supposed to have from home. And so we got to step up and be a village to those in need, and we have to be selfless in that aspect. And also, like you said, if you don't, you're not going to grow yourself. You're not going to be successful in your way.
KB, Dr. K,
yes.
My motto is when you sow, you grow.
Yes.
And there's creative ways to sowing seeds of positivity,
yes.
Seeds of, sharing resources. I'm from Sandtown, Winchester. So that
I was wondering when you were going to say that.
I had to say it because
I was wondering.
Oftentimes people don't want to believe me.
Right.
And I said, I've seen young people succumb to poverty or succumb to the peer pressure of, selling drugs, or I've had classmates, 13 years old, that were murdered. And it's just nothing but the grace of God that I was able to be covered. But I'm sitting here, as we talking about the community, I'm sitting here thinking that you're right. Our young people need help. Our young people need help. I went back into, if I could share with you, Doc, I went back into the school setting to see why there was a deficit for my son, right? This boy is 13 years old and he was 5 years old and said to me, we on near Charles Street. He said, Mommy, why are there abandoned buildings in Baltimore? That was my sign. He was 5 at that time. Now, 8 years later, I said, no way in the world am I going to allow you to not get what you need to get, because you have the ability of thinking. And 5 years old saying, why are there abandoned buildings? Won't we get the buildings and put homeless people in there? He's 5 years old. Now he's 13. He's out there. I can't wait for you to meet him. But I said all that to say, I said, something is not right. There's a disconnect. I'm going to use my credentials and go back into the school setting to see what is going on. So I did that, went in, and I discovered the smart board. I said, what is this? I went to do work, a board that's connected with the internet. And I said, well, what happened to the blackboard? And then there's certain things, and then there's a certain way to do math, and I'm going to wrap that up. The way the basic math, they have it where it's different. So now I understand why my son, when he was in the 3rd grade, said, Mommy, are you sure you graduated from grade school, from elementary school? Because the way they show how to do the math was completely different. But then what got to me was these 3rd and 4th graders don't know how to write their names.
In cursive.
They don't, not just in cursive. The majority of my students don't know how to write their names.
Really?
Not only that, but also, and it made a tear come out my eyes.
Wow.
Right? Not only that, often many of them did not know how to read. That's the one thing in Sandtown, Winchester, Miss Harris in the 1st grade taught me how to read, and I'm blessed that I'm connected to her sister. We had some problems, and what I found that many of the parents don't know what's going on in the school setting. It's a lot that we got to do.
Yes, I agree with that.
I hate to interrupt this conversation. Well, I got one question for Dr. Tahi.
Yes, sir.
Do you have clothes in a 3X? Because it's hard to find.
Yes, I do.
That's what I need to know.
Yes, sir. I got 3X.
I love a dress. You know what I mean? So do you have 3X?
We got some 3X. So matter of fact, I just got a sweatsuit in. It's a 4X. You ain't at that level yet. Don't get there,
No,
but
I-
yeah.
I'm
We don't want to grow into it.
No, we trying to get them a little size down for real.
I thing saying, I size you up and look at something on the internet, and I'm like, oh, this guy's well dressed. I said, that's my style.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
absolutely.
But I know in the regular stores I go to, it's a problem. I got a store that I go to, and people always ask me where I get my clothes from, and it's a huge store, but it's not many of that store, and I never tell anybody where I get my clothes.
Yeah, we got some 3X's, man.
So okay, all right.
Yeah,
so,
I know where you
need
go.
some.
It's on Joppa
nobody knows
Big
where I go.
3X store.
Nobody knows where I go.
Hold on. I gotta say this about
my clothes cost a different type of money.
Yeah, but I was getting ready to say something to making a joke to Weezy, to Dr. Tahid. I need you to help him with his pants.
Okay.
I need his pants to fit
Okay.
his waist.
They be falling down.
Oh, so wait a minute, We Care Baltimore can donate.
Hey, you need a belt. I get one of Succeed Anyway belt.
You need a belt.
I got you, bro.
Yeah,
I don't like the joke.
That's my brother over there. You know, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
From another
Yeah, I'm kidding. But yeah, we definitely want to check out your clothing line. We want to support if we can, however we can support. Also want you to become a part of our network. We Care Baltimore. We got a lot of things going on. With We Care Baltimore was also, like I said, Stephanie has a lot of other businesses. I have businesses. Weezy has his own business. So this is the network. This is connection right here. And
you never said the name of your clothing line.
Succeed Anyway.
He did.
He did.
Succeed Anyway.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yeah. So you have a website for that?
Yep, succeedanyway.net.
Yeah.
Or they can email me at succeedanyway, edm@gmail. Succeedanyway, edm@gmail.
That's right. And where else they can reach you if you they want to get in contact with you about the gala, get tickets.
Yes.
Yeah, that's a good thing. So
Yeah.
I'll give you a telephone number, 240-764-6983. That's to my office, 240-764-6983.
That's right. You can get regular tickets. You can get VIP. So what's happening in VIP?
Oh my God, you want to talk about? So first of all, if they want to get tickets, they can go to Eventbrite and the DMV Awards. They can get the tickets, or they can get them from me if they want to avoid the fees with Eventbrite.
Right.
So the VIP. So when they walk in, there's going to be some people to escort all the VIP guests to the VIP section.
Okay.
There's going to be a jazz band playing in the VIP section.
Wow.
We're going to have high boys. There's going to be a backdrop. We're going to have all the cameras in your face getting interviews and things of that nature. All the honorees going to be in there. All the honorary VIP guests going to be in there. All the celebrities going to be in there. Okay. We got 7 tasting stations. We got oysters being shucked. We got Carolina Kitchen, my guy Lance London in the house. We got vegan treats from Baltimore, William. Vegan treats gonna be in the house. Okay. We got another sister from Baltimore, vegan cuisine gonna be in the house. It's gonna be sick. We're gonna have champagne being served. We're gonna have bottle service, unlimited drinks for the VIPs for 2 hours. It's gonna be sick. That's all I can say. It's gonna be sick.
If I may ask, how much are the VIP tickets?
VIP tickets is $140. Regular tickets is $70. If you think about it, if you got an open bar for 2 hours, you got food for $140, right. And then you got reserved seating for the VIP as well.
I don't even think you got to explain, man. That's grown folks. If you're not grown, stay home.
Exactly. That's gonna be big boy and big girl stuff, man. It's gonna be coming correct. Right. Come with your gear, and it's not a black tie. It's fashionable. Like whatever's fashionable to you. Okay. Come with your come ready. Come red carpet ready, man.
Okay. I'm excited.
That's all I can say.
That's what's up.
We have 2 co-hosts. One, Dr. Watson will purchase a ticket for him. He's the Vice President of Religious Affairs for National Action Network with Reverend Al Sharpton.
Awesome.
Yeah. Another one, if he's going to be, can we purchase it by way of?
You can do it for me, Zelle. Yeah.
Or Cash App.
Yeah. My Zelle, my Zelle is Dr. Tahid, DrTauheed, last name Burke, and the number associated with that Zelle is 644-2256. And if they're coming, let me know. If you get their tickets, let me know. I'm going to put them down as one of our VIP guests that will be interviewed on the red carpet. So we're going to have a group of VIP guests that's going to be interviewed on the red carpet once they arrive.
Oh, great.
Awesome.
And like I said, this is.
I love this empowerment.
Yeah,
I'm getting chills.
Hey,
this,
that's
like
what
I
it
said,
should
this
be.
is a network from just us networking with Street Corner Fashion and Ron G Production.
Yeah,
Yes,
she came to our rehearsal for the models.
I did.
And then that's what, she came.
And she blessed me. I have on the leggings.
Yeah, she got the Street Corner leggings on.
Okay.
Shout out to Ron G.
Absolutely.
Yes. Shout out to everybody that was a part of that. That was just Be More podcast. We got Be More For Real podcast in the building. Actually, we got Danny in the house. Yes, Be More For Real. So we want to
And we have Succeed Anyway videographer right here, Z.
All right, Z in the building. Thank y'all for being a part. Thank y'all for helping out today. Like I said, it's all about supporting each other. And even though we have our own podcast, we have Crunch Time podcast. We have, we do collaborate with the radio with We Care Baltimore. We also want to celebrate all other platforms as well. We want to be able to go on your platform. You can come on our platform, share about what you got going on, be a part of what we have going on here at We Care Baltimore. My number, again, I have BM Human and Financial Services, is 443-281-3839. And again, that's 443-281-3839. We have Tally Biscuits.
Tally Biscuits in the house. That's TLLYBISCUS.com. Or you hit me at 443-250-1330. Or you can hit me at tallybiscuits@gmail.com.
And then Dr. Tahid, how can I get in contact with you the easiest way?
My Gmail is, my IG is Tahid_Sharif, TAUHEED_SHAREEF.
Yes. So get in contact with me, Weezy, Dr. Tahid, and the best for last, Stephanie Poplar.
Yes. Reach out to Dr. Stephanie Poplar for all your business development, your real estate needs, as well as your various certifications that you may need. I can be reached on 240-659-4299. Make the network. Again, the number is 240-659-4299.
I like your jacket, Dr.
Yeah, she over here with the nice Dr. Stephanie Poplar jacket.
Yes.
Where's my jacket at?
You know what? It happened. We had 200 graduates to graduate down in Atlanta, which we're going back August the 23rd. We may have the same amount. The graduation here, we had about 50, but I'll get you one.
Yes.
All that to say, I'm going to get you one.
Yeah, I'm a part of G as well. I'm a G graduate, so I'm trying to figure out where my jacket. Yeah, so I appreciate you, Dr. Tahid, for being a part of the broadcast today and connecting with us, and also allowing us to be a part of your show on the gala on the 19th. Again, that's going to be what's the name of the event?
The DMV Awards and Fashion Gala.
Yes, that's going to be on July the 19th. The time
5 p.m. to 10 p.m. 5 to 6:45 is the VIP reception, red carpet, general admission. They can come to the reception. They just gonna be on this side, and the VIP will be on that side.
Right now.
Y'all definitely want the VIP tickets. That's what he's trying to tell you. You want that
it's
VIP.
It's gonna be another level.
Be treated like VIP and VIP. So get those VIP tickets. Tickets are still available. We want this thing to be sold out, y'all. So buy tickets today as soon as you can. You get your paycheck Friday, whatever you want to do. Also, his book. Also, he has a book called Succeed Anyway. That's right, Succeed Anyway. And then give the
how much is the book?
The book is $15. It's on Amazon. It's 5-star Amazon. But I want to give Dr. KB, I want to give you this book. I signed it. I want to appreciate you for allowing me to come on.
Yes,
this is yours. I appreciate it.
All right.
I get you one.
Be blessed, y'all.
I got a compliment.
It's time. You know what time it is, Weezy? What is it?
It's crunch time, y'all.
We out. Yes. Thank you for listening. Thank you for tuning in.
I wonder if I did it right.
Huh?
You know what? I didn't do it right.
So you still in Bmore now?
I got
I'ma
property
have
in
you to
Bmore.
type
I
this.
live, I have a house.
I got it,
Matter of fact, I stayed in Bmore last night. I'm staying tonight. I got a house